We will get through this together. Parenthetically, whatever that means. By David Hirsch. We are fighting our way through this. We are stuck in movies so obvious that the beginning predicted an ending so predictable. We were so predictable, so gullible, thinking this movie would be different from all the movies, just like those we watched before. This one was sure to surprise us with an unexpected ending, so we picked it from all the possible choices because we like the actors. We predicted. We weren't sure if it was a dark comedy or pure horror, as a hero bumbled his way, giving bad advice for the sole purpose of advancing the plot. And as the plot moved forward to the inevitable end, we wondered at what point and which knots would bring the protagonist as antagonist down. Or was this one of those where the antagonist as anti-hero proved the paradoxical rule? The movie theme, as all movie themes are, balanced sacrifice against the possibility of success, of self-actualization. We live vicariously through the survivor who achieves, if not happiness, the sense of achievement. Just surviving becomes heroic, even if the only survivor is the killer, or worse, the one who convinced the others to advance the plot. We went on predicting. We knew that some would make it naked through to the credits, dying outside the movie, outside the story. Most would not survive even until the ultimate bloodbath, unfolding just as the survivors sat there, spent, barely clothed, and barely breathing. We hated it when the star died early, because we watched the movie for the R rating solely for the star, who didn't make it past the first few beats, but we watched the bait and switch anyway, simply to see who survived and why. Did they find the strength to defeat the odds? Or were they just the purest, virtuous one there, the one willing to meet the call for sacrifice? Would it be the most sympathetic character or the least? Is it a bet between he who is the most blessed, blessed be his name, and the wily Satan that initiated and imitated the snake, handing out free samples of apples to create the first dilemma, satiating an immediate need versus sublimating yourself for the greater good? Is this how the world ends, with TVs and radios on, watching everyone reporting from their own homes, and by one, the watchers and the watched fell over and died right before our weakening eyes? We plan for the future to reboot. We plan for every love to begin again. Our kids will be instructed to explain and re-explain to their kids and grandkids how they survived the great social distancing, but not why. And they will explain all the who's who didn't. There will be lists of names on walls throughout the land. And the historians will have pictures of those who posted themselves before their computers and TVs, watching old movies to get some sense of survival. As much of a museum of selfies explaining what loneliness really is as has ever been collated. See that beard growing there? See those girls without makeup, without hair coloring? Roots showing no smiles, people roughing it, each on their own couches and chairs, with videos streaming of just endless words of misery and coughing, some semblance of reality of living in the here and now. After all, some of us are bound to make our way through this. After all, Noah and his family survived the great flood. Job, without his family, survived the great bet, with enough left to form a new family. Some Jews and most Egyptians survived the bondage and exodus from Egypt. Some Jews survived the destruction of the first and second temples. Some humans survived World War I and the Spanish flu and the evils of World War II. We will survive this too. We just don't know who the we are. We just don't know who we are. The historians and statisticians do not care if we are our brother's keepers, even if they cared to ask. Even if they knew enough to ask the question, there will be meals and celebration during which explanations will be set with the plates and flatware, with ritual food and sporting events on TV, with parades and costumes of the fallen. For the sake of posterity, are we our brother's keepers? I am here. Are you there?